The following presentation is rated R for real. Real insight, real enlightenment, real talk, big people argument. In other words, adult content. Viewers' discretion is advised. Hold on, Fader. Let me take the time to thank all those who are now a part of this presentation, this live. It is Love Jock on the Block with the Love Jock, but right about now I'm about to go into the what you call the room, you know, where you go have the sessions. Then you go into the counseling room. Okay, so about to go into the counseling room, and there's something I got to do before I do anything else. I got to open the door, let you all in. Well, you're already here, but so you're already in. But I have to close the door. All right, so anyone else who wants to come in has to knock on the door. So let me just do that quickly and then get right into the session. Okay, so let's begin. So for those who missed the previous session on the principle of relationship, I'm going to do a quick recap. The thing is, when we hear relationship, I mean, for the newbies, when you hear relationship, what comes to mind first and foremost? The art of relating. But relationship really and truly is that's one aspect of it. The art of relating is one aspect of it, because to relate is to share. Thank you, bright student. To relate is to share. The art of relating. All right, Shauna. So just as what was being said in the song, because the relationship was so intense, he could feel the pain when the woman hurt. Now, to everything there's a principle. Principle of relationship, or principle of business, and so too there is a principle of relationship. Being on one accord, being in the, what's that? Let me read it from here.
Being on one accord.
Being in the same shop.
Ship.
Okay, a romping shop with that one, right?
Ship.
Being in the same ship, I like that. Being on one accord, being on the same ship. The ship of relating. And I have broken down what relationship is in previous sessions, so I ain't going to take the time to go over that really. But yes, being in the same ship. So one of the foundation or principle of relationship, as made known last session, is respect. All right? But here's the thing. And this is the most important lesson of all. The road to respecting your partner begins with the single step, and that step is the step towards respecting yourself. So the first step to respecting your partner has to do with you respecting yourself. You'll never be able to give genuine respect to anyone unless you truly respect yourself. Think about it. When you lack respect, you will tolerate anything from anyone. And you're more likely to drop your guards and let your boundaries cross. You may even be so focused on being liked to the point where you agree to things that you have little or no desire for. Just for what? To fit in or to keep the peace. And what this would lead to is relationships build on compromise. That has a tendency to end up in resentment.
You get what I'm saying? That's why a lot of relationship, the partners, and it is in no way I can say partners, because can I use the term partner in a situation like that? Well, yes, because you know, have to really, in terms of a partnership, a business partnership, you not really have to like your partner to ensure that the business runs smoothly. But to have a meaningful business, it works so much better. Goes back to the ship, smooth sailing. It goes so much better when the both of you have a mutual respect and like each other. It works out so much better. It's the same thing with your intimate relationship. It is the same thing. Outside of that, what you'll be doing is giving what is deemed counterfeit respect. So, the counterfeit respect, remember, counterfeit is not the real deal. It's like a scam. Counterfeit is scam. So you're scamming the one you're with, giving the impression that you respect them, when you only really want what you want from them. True respect in a relationship is a partnership based on equality. It is two whole, complete individuals coming together as one, instead of two halves trying to make one whole. A true relationship that is based on respect and partnership is like a Venn diagram. Remember, we used to go to school and you intertwine. Yeah, that's it. That's a true relationship right there. See there? Say go on. Yeah, unbreakable, right? See there? I'll try to pull. There you go. So that's what a true relationship is, that's based on respect and partnership. When you have self-respect, you teach your partner how to treat you. You set the bar, you set the standard. And what will happen? In turn, you'll receive the respect due to you by displaying respect for yourself. Respect in a relationship is no way optional. It is essential. It is a foundation. It is a part of, when you're making the foundation to a house, you need what? The cement, you need the gravel, you need sand, you need what? I think dirt sometimes. Yeah.
Water.
You need water. There you go. You need water. So I will say in this case, respect is the water to all the materials needed for a solid foundation in a relationship. Without respect, you don't have a foundation. I can tell you that. Without respect, you have no foundation in a relationship. Get this though. True respect starts with you, because if you lack respect for self, there's no way on earth you'll be able to give respect to anyone else. I need you to do something. Just for a moment. Think about your own relationship right now. And you need to be honest with this. When you're going to ask yourself this question, you need to be honest. Ask yourself the following question. Am I giving true respect to the one I'm with? Or have I been given counterfeit respect? And as a result, am I getting the type of respect in return? Could it be that the one you're involved with gives you little or no respect because you have little or no respect for yourself? Let that soak. Could that be the case? Especially man and man. Listen, you see, there's normally a thing that is used so loosely. Submission. Submission is so miscomprehended. I'm not gonna get into it today because I can take we down another path. But you'll hear sometime man and man say, oh, she have no respect for me, you know. She have no respect for me. Could it be because you fail to show respect for yourself? Another term for respect is value. So if you no value you, if you don't put no value on self, how then someone can value you? It's like, think of it like a precious gem, a gemstone. You go into a jewelry store and you ask the price for this ruby or this diamond or whatever the gemstone is. And the person's like, oh, that don't worth nothing. That don't worth nothing. It's just there as display. Would you spend money on that gemstone that is just there on display?
No.
Producer said nope. Yeah. And that's what's happening in a lot of relationship. It's just a display, a pretense. Put on a show when you go out, but when you go back in, it's a total different thing. Get this straight. Once you respect yourself, you will attract respect from others. By respecting yourself, you are laying the foundation to a relationship that is strong, safe, and sustainable. I think I'm going to take a break right now because I'm getting a little worked up. So let me just take a music break and
DJ Hayes, good evening. What did I miss?
you haven't missed much, my brother. Stick around, I'm about to take a music break, and on the return we will go right back into this day's session on part 2 of the principle of relationship. So you haven't missed much. You missed the first part of the class, but you haven't missed much. Respect yourself. That is the principle that we're looking at this day. It's a subdivision of the bigger picture. So it's secondary to, well, it's really more primary. If you look at it, it is primary to the whole aspect of this first principle of relationship, respect. Because if you lack respect for yourself, there's no way you can give respect to anyone else. And as a result of that, you're going to fail to be able to give respect to the one that you're involved with. We've heard this term used, I think it's used loosely as well. Yo, the I for respect themselves and them for respect themselves. Growing up, I can recall grown folks saying, this is the key aspect of respect. And they will call it dignity. You have to have dignity in yourself. And they used to push it a lot on young ladies. You need to be lady. You need to have a little self-dignity. It is really respect for self. Attire yourself modestly. You really find females these days even dressed in modest. Why? Because they lack respect for self. So they try to get the attention. They're seeking for affection, and first they're doing it through getting attention. But the attention that they actually attract is the attention that's going to show them disrespect. A woman wears something revealing, and when it appeals, the man that it appeals to is one who has no regard for women. So when he respond or react in a certain manner based on how she attires herself, she's like, what you take me for? The very way you present yourself is what a man take you for. If you're parading around like a woman of the night, a harlot, then that is the attention you're going to receive, because that's how you're presenting yourself. That's the display. A woman who values herself attires herself in a way wherein a man has to respect her because of how she presents herself. She demands respect by the way she presents herself. She demands respect by the way she speaks. To the point where someone will say, yo, me not in a fair league, you know. No, me not in a fair league. Real deal. Same thing vice versa. When a man is assertive, some woman want to approach, but she knows she have to keep her distance because she's like, yo, me not in a film league. So self-respect is critical. And that is why it's one of the principles. What does respect in a relationship ought to be? What is supposed to look like? This is what respect in a relationship ought to look like. The one you're with respects your voice. That means they value your opinion and they listen. They listen without interrupting you. And this is how you'll know if someone is listening to you. And this is one of the measuring stick. One of the ways to measure if you're respected. When you're having an interaction. If all the person wants to do is just give their point of view, I tell you this from now, they have no respect for you. Because for someone to respond with an effective answer to what you're saying, they have to listen. Many persons mistake hearing for listening. Once you're not deaf, you have the ability to hear. But to listen means that you are attentive to what you're hearing. You're paying attention. Respect in a relationship also means that you are valued. Your time, your opinion. The one you're with in no way belittles you or let you feel small. When you give your opinion, when you give an advice, it's never, even if they disagree, it's never, that don't make no sense. It's more a case of, I never thought about that. Like, that's what you think? Okay. They value you, so they will even take into account what you said and see if it even works for them. That's how much they value you. Respect in a relationship is also allowing you to be your individual self. Allowing you to do the things you like to do, even if it not seem like it makes sense to them. Allow you to watch the things you like to watch, even if it seems boring to them. They will join and watch it, even if it means that they're going to go off and snooze, go off to bedrock. That is one of the ways. So it's 3 key ways. They value your voice, what you say. They value you in terms of your opinions and the things you do. And they allow you to be your true self. They encourage you to be your true self. Now get this straight. Respect in no way means being a yes man to your partner. It is, and maybe James, you can relate to this, my brother. Cause I used to watch what is it again? What a cartoon there is? He-Man with Yes Man.
Yes, boss. Certainly, boss. Great idea, boss.
Yes, boss. Yes, everything is yes. Yes, boss. Yes. If you disagree with something that your partner is doing or said, you ought to make it known. And anyway, go on.
Sorry.
Just like that. I agree with that. So you make it known right there and then. It's not agreeing with everything because you think it's the thing to do to avoid confrontation, an argument. Nothing is wrong with an argument, you know, because to argue means to debate your point. People mistake quarreling for arguing. You can argue, you can respect the person and argue with them because your points, you have two different points. And through arguing, you come to a rational comprehension. Like, okay, I never saw it that way. Okay, that makes sense now. But you came to that. I'm trying to you stay away from them underword and them stuff, you know, understand it. You come to agreement. You both come to an agreement based on that argument. But if you wanted to just brush it off for peace sake, you will never come into that awareness. So it's through the argument you came to that awareness of what your partner was making known. Now here's the kicker. There is no way you can have a meaningful relationship without respect. If your relationship is based on just attraction, no respect, it is like having a mansion that is built on sand without a foundation. What do you think is going to happen eventually? That mansion is going to collapse. That mansion will collapse. All right. Why is this thing telling me this again? All right. Just a moment, people. Let me take this timer off. All right. There you go. All right. I'll say this again. You ought to in no way expect to receive respect from anyone if you're failing to respect yourself. And before I make known what respect for self looks like, let me ask you this. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think you truly respect yourself? I'm reiterating several stuff because, as them would have said, you want it cement, you want it soak. And that is what I want for you, to really get it after today, because unless you're going to be a part of one of the workshops that we do on self-respect, you may not hear someone emphasizing the point and the importance of self-respect after this day. So I've been repeating a few things so that it can sink. And that's a sinking in your gizzard, so you can really get it. Now, did you take the time to think about the question? What number did you come up with? This is in no way for you to make it known to me. This is for you to really come to the realization of what level you think you're on when it comes to respecting yourself. How much do you respect yourself? That was for you. Now, respecting yourself means, as in, this is what respecting yourself looks like. This is what it means to respect yourself. Setting boundaries and sticking to them, regardless of what people say or think. Growing up, we used to call them principles. That's what we used to call them, right? Grown folks used to say you need to set principles, you need to set standards. Where's that gone? People don't have no standards these days. Young people really have standards.
Not just the young, some of the very old people too.
My wife producer says even some of the old people.
Because grandparents aren't grandparents.
Because grandparents are not grandparents anymore. They're grandparents anymore. They're who you can go to for advice, sadly. Growing up, I remember when growing up, one of the respect that young ladies have for themselves was that they held on to their virginity until they met their husband. That is a thing of the past.
Not even church.
You really? I'm staying out of the church, sister. I ain't going in the church. Truth be told, if you even, what? Here's the saying, you're asking what? Growing up, a young lady saving herself for her husband was a thing.
Are you staying out of the church?
Oh, yeah, I'm staying out of the church. Yeah. Well, let me go in the church. If you go in the church and do a survey and say, how many persons in here are virgins? If you find one,
I lied on my life.
they may be lying just for to make it look bad. You may not find even one in the church. And the result of this could be because a lot of females are searching for love. And these misdirected brothers believe that love is sex. So if you love me, you need to give up the prize between your thighs. Because you love me. Let's make love. That's another session. I'm going to make known what it really means to make love. Because that is misunderstood as well. Another miscomprehended thing. If you agree with the facts, if you agree with what I'm saying, tap the screen and show me some love. Tap the screen. Tap it till your finger them get tired. That's how much you love me, right? Shit, listen. I've made known to a person that this live is rated R because it means it's rated real. I don't know if you're going to come across another person who give advice, who gives it as real as I do. I don't have time for pretty up nothing. I ain't going to pretty it up. Because sadly, it is trying to be what do you call it now? Proper? Yeah. In trying to be proper, people put on this
Or politically correct.
politically correct. People put on this facade. This show. No. If I put on a show, I have to make sure somebody I get Oscar and whatever else award. I have to get awards for my show. I put on. You really can find a person who is real this day, because they want to go by the narrative. They want to stay in the narrative. They want to ensure they don't offend anyone. They want to stay correct. To be correct is to be true to yourself. I mean, water down nothing. A lot of females lose their virginity in the name of love. And in that process, they lose themselves because they've taken on another being. They've taken on the energy of someone else who has been carrying around the energies of so many other persons. Very few persons know themselves. Oh my goodness, thank you, love. You realize I need that, right? Should be good right there. Thank you. All right. That is what you call respect. My queen just came and gave me some water. She's like, yeah, lick your lip too much. You need some water, right? Yeah. So that's one aspect of what respect for self looks like. You set your boundaries and you stick to it. You now follow the what is the quote they call it again? There's a term that they have. You see, I don't too stick with their narrative, so some of the terminology is meant to recall. So you stick with your true self, but many persons don't know themselves, sadly. So one of the ways to get into that state of becoming self-aware, it has to do with self-respect. What self-respect also looks like is you value your own dreams. You value your dreams. You value what... Oh boy, should I go down that road then? It is sad that many parents deprive children of their dreams because they're trying to live their dreams through their children. From the child born, the child have a thing for water. From the child born, the child a kick football from my toe, run up and down on a kick ball. Kick before him can even, as soon as the child start walking, a kick ball. But no, there's no way on earth you can come and be a footballer. I wanted to be a doctor, and because I end up having you and I had to drop out of school, you better know, say you going to come and turn doctor. When the child came on this earth to be an expeller, what parents fail to realize is that, listen, our mandate or our purpose is to assist the child in fulfilling their purpose. If we fail at our purpose, and it's never too late to live your purpose. Once you have life, you can still fulfill your purpose. That's another thing that I do in workshops. I assist persons in finding their true purpose. So persons will say, calling. What are you saying, love?
A lot of people don't know their purpose. That's a problem.
So it seems like you need to ensure to be a part of one of the workshops that we do in terms of identifying your purpose and living to fulfill it. My purpose is what I'm doing right now. One of the purpose. To impart enlightenment so you can become enlightened, and by becoming enlightened, become empowered to carry out your purpose. We are all here with a purpose. We all come with a mandate. And many of us are going through the motions. Many persons are just existing. Let me tell you something. You see, once you find your purpose and you start live according to your purpose, listen, you just start living. Outside of that, you are merely existing. Allow me to assist you to find your purpose so you can live according to your purpose and start living. So if you have interest in wanting to know your purpose, say purpose. Purpose workshop. Purpose workshop. That work? What you saying, love? So listen, man. Until you find your purpose, you're just existing. What you said, destiny?
Destined for purpose.
Destined for purpose. Yeah, so I'm going to use a churchy term. Destiny helper. Yeah, I can do that, you know. But yeah, seriously. So what also respect for self looks like is speaking your truth. And when you speak your truth, you speak from the heart. And the thing about it, when you speak your truth, a lot of persons might take offense to it. But get this straight. The truth is said to be that what happens to do with setting one free. The truth sets you free. It may hurt, but it sets you free. You know why it hurt? Because it is challenging you to look within yourself. That's why them say the truth hurt. Another thing persons tend to do is say that love hurt. Love not hurt. Love is all giving. People hurt. And the thing is, you allow people to hurt you because you develop expectations of people. Listen, I don't have no expectations on no one. Not even my queen wife may have expectations of. Whatever she gives of me, gives to me, I receive thankfully. Because truth be told, she not have to do it. No one has to do anything for you. You see this entitlement mentality? Why you think you're entitled to that? Why you think you're entitled to respect when you ain't given respect? Because you're a boss? Because your husband? Because your wife? No.
Because you're a pastor?
Because you're a pastor?
No.
No. You must respect me because I'm your shepherd. You must respect me because I'm your leader. Are you leading or misleading? Huh? I don't want to get too worked up, you know. But listen, as I said, I only know how to keep it real. That's the only thing I know to do. Keep it real. And right now, may I keep it real. People, if you think what I'm saying makes sense and is of value, tap the screen. Show me some love. For heaven's sakes, show me some love. Share the like. Share it. Come on. All right. Another thing regarding self-respect looks like is speaking to yourself with kindness. Many persons tend to speak to themselves with criticism. Can't do it. Me no know. Too hard. You see, I'm trying to stay away from making mention of the term, but I can mention it and cancel it. It's because I no longer use those terminology. It's challenging for me to even think of one of the way persons tend to speak to themselves outside of speaking to themselves kindly. Okay, for example, some persons may get up at daybreak and they have to go on the job and they be like, "Ah, boy, another one of them day. Me not think the day I go. Feel the day gonna be another hard day." You've just set the precedence of the day. And let me explain something to you. You see, anything you use after the term "I am," you seal your fate. A lot of persons are saying that they are
tired, me sick.
Yeah, them tired, them sick,
Me broke.
them broke. They're financially embarrassed.
Me not no money.
Them not have no, yeah.
No food and no-
You get what I'm saying? Person will say that they how you doing? All right, I'm drawing a scenario here. It's been a while I've seen you. How you doing? And then they will use the term "I am," and then what comes after it, they may say them sick.
Or not bad enough.
Or they are not bad. So to not be bad means that you're not good. How you doing? The "I am," and then not bad. To say that you're not bad means you're not good. So the "I am," I don't want to get too much into it, you know. The "I am" seal the deal. Let me leave it right there. Anything that comes after "I am" is what it will become. And that's why people stay in sickness. That's why people stay in broken relationships. Because that's what they have created.
Life and death.
Life and death in the power of the tongue.
What you speak, you shall have.
Now, persons often mistake the following terms. They mistake self-respect for self-esteem and self-assurance. It is three different things. Self-respect is the value you placed on yourself, and the willingness to set healthy boundaries. That is self-respect, the value you place on yourself. While self-esteem is how you feel about your abilities. I have the ability to impart enlightenment. That is self-esteem. Person might say, cocky, I'm going, sir. Because I have self-esteem. So what you perceive about me, no matter to me, because I have self-esteem. Why? Why I have self-esteem? Because I have self-respect. I value myself. Now, self-assurance is your belief in the skill and your abilities. So, you see how it ties in? Self-assurance is based on your potential. So if you don't have respect for self, there's no way you're going to have self-esteem. And if you don't have self-esteem, there's no way you will have self-assurance, because it's the assurance of your esteem that you have for self that you have developed as a result of self-respect. Does that make sense to you? If that makes sense to you, tap the screen and show some love. If that makes sense. Do I need to reiterate that? If you don't have self-respect, if you lack respect for self, you will never have self-esteem. And as a result of that, you will never have self-assurance. So you see how important it is to have respect for self? Self-respect is non-negotiable. It is what keeps us from accepting less than what we deserve. You know you have X amount of years of experience in a particular field. And the person going to say, we can only pay you this. Excuse you? Let me meet your middle ground. Alright? Me see how things stay. Yeah, things stay. But you need my experience. You need my capabilities. So here what happened now. You are offering. Give me a figure, love.
50,000. You're offering 35,000.
You're offering 35,000
a year.
All right. My service values
60,000.
Yeah, 60 you go. Now man, 80,000 my service value.
Okay.
Me normally charge. All right. Let me do this as a disc jock. All right, or an MC. Let me do something that I know of. I have an MC in a while. I don't even remember. I remember at one point when I was MCing, I was charging 100 US. All right, and person was like, "Yo, that's steep." I know what I'm gonna bring. I know when I MC your event, I'm gonna keep the crowd in a frenzy. I'm going to interact with the audience. I'm going to give you a proper presentation. Alright? I'm going to do my homework. I'm going to do my research and ensure that what I'm presenting is on point. So you're paying for experience on top of service. So, fine, you're not able to pay the 100 US. You want to pay 50. I'm not going to accept that. Put 30 on that and then we can maybe talk. Alright, put 30 on that and then we can talk. And I'm gonna want some things in addition to that. Alright? You're gonna cover my meal, you're gonna cover my drink,
Transportation.
my transportation, but you're paying me 80 US. Now, if you're not paying me my full cost, then I would have to deal with everything. So if you get what I'm saying, never undermine yourself. People will do that because, oh, when I get a gig in a while and so I just have to accept it. Oh, really?
Desperate, yeah.
Really? I'd rather do it out. So this is what people will say, you're condescending and you're cocky because you have self-esteem. Because you have self-respect. Now, why does self-respect matter? Self-respect matters because it influences every part of our lives. Mentally, emotionally, it influences that. When you have self-respect, you have your thought process. You rarely doubt anything. And when doubt creeps in, you automatically start look for solution to get rid of that doubt. You start questioning. You don't just leave it in a doubtful state. So you tend to have stronger mental ability.
Mental strength.
Alright? Your mental ability is strong. Chang, like a Chang man. Yeah. Alright? Now, it also influences quality of relationships. That being personal relationship, business relationship, a social relationship, every relationship.
Children.
Relationship with your children, relationship with family. Yeah, it enhances the relationship, the quality of your relationship. So this could be one of the reasons why the quality of your personal, intimate, sexual relationship is how it is, because you lack respect for yourself. It is easy for someone to disrespect you because they realize that you don't respect you. But when someone disrespects you, what you do? You address it. And just because of the fact that you command respect, not demand it, you command respect by just your persona, your aura, your presence. Command respect. People have to respect you regardless. Them say something that they realize that may come across offensive, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I never meant it that way. So if them even say something and offend you, I don't think 24 hours are going to pass before them send a message and say, you know, someone said something and we realize it may come across wrong. Never mean nothing by it. Even if them want to say them apologize or sorry, because some people find it hard to say sorry. Some people find it hard to do the Tracy Chapman thing. Sorry. Yeah. So then we say something like, because that's ego at work, That me mean really. I never mean nothing by it. But when you have respect for self, you're able to respect someone else. And it's easy for you to say sorry. Because you know what happened? You're seeing yourself in that person who wants to be respected, who deserves respect. Why self-respect matters is because it also helps with life's decisions. Your career, your friendships, and your personal growth. So let's summarize self-respect. It is the foundation of all the fulfillment of life. Self-respect has to do with the fulfillment of life. This is why a lot of persons have money and miserable, because they have no respect for themselves. Why? Because some of the things that they had to do to attain the money, there's no way them can respect themselves after that. So they are miserable. Self-respect, dignity for self is going to make you say, yo, here one now. Yeah, would I like a million, yes? Would I like X amount? Would I like for ensure some I earn 7 figures or 7 figures every month? But hear me out now, I'm good. I'm not gonna do that, forget that. I'm good. No, man. Everybody's doing it. You may hear that. Come on. Everybody's doing it. You know that person that you have so much regard for? They're doing it. For me, that would be like, oh, really? Oh, me just lose respect for that person there. Because if that's what they did to attain what's supposed to come naturally once you are fulfilling your purpose, then me can't have respect. Me never can have respect for that person then. Self-respect is developed through our choices. I just gave you a scenario. It also is developed through the boundaries that one sets. And this only happens with self-awareness. Many a persons end up dead, never knowing themselves, never knowing their purpose, never being respected. Everybody diss them. Boss disrespect them. Spouse disrespect them. Children disrespect them. Family member disrespect them. Because they lack respect for themselves. Respecting yourself also teaches others to treat you with respect. As I stated earlier, respect for self sets the premise, sets the border. If me tell you, so listen, stop doing this, it don't really matter, I don't need to give you an explanation. If you respect someone, you're going to stop. Many times I stopped the wife in her tracks when she said, I did this. I respect you enough. You must have a valid reason why you do it. I don't necessarily need to know why. So if you respect someone, when they say, may I ask you to not do this no more, just stop. You will value what they are requesting because you value them. To do what you desire to do is because you don't respect them as a result of you don't respect yourself. Because what will happen? What happens? It is the golden rule. Do unto others as you like others do unto you. So if you would want the person to respect your wishes, you're going to respect theirs. It is as simple as that. Now remember this quote. When you choose self-respect, you choose freedom, dignity, and harmony. That choice is always in your hands. You get me? The choice to respect yourself is up to you. And there's no way you can want respect from others if you don't respect yourself. I'm so reiterating that because a lot of persons want respect from people, but they refuse to give respect. So, this is where I wrap it up. I've actually gone 5 minutes over. This is where I put a lid on this presentation. So thank you for being here, for investing, taking whatever time you did in investing in yourself to comprehend what it means to have respect for self. Now I'm going to leave you with a thought-provoking statement. It's more like a question. It's more a question. Let me ask you this. Are you respecting yourself enough that your partner sees how to follow the lead? Or are you waiting for them to give you what you haven't yet given yourself? Are you waiting for your partner to give you respect when you are yet to give it to yourself? Thank you so much for being a part of Relationship Wednesday. Come Friday, it's a Sexology Friday. The next foundation or principle of relationship will be that of E. So ensure you're here. The next Relationship Wednesday will be what there? Next Relationship Wednesday would be September something, I presume, right?
Definitely September.
Gone to the September month, the Virgo month. It will be the 3rd of September. The next session will be the 3rd of September, Relationship Wednesday, when I go and present to you the next principle of relationship. You'll find out what the E actually stands for. I make my exit with this one from Andrew Bees. Thank you once again for taking the time to invest in yourself. Tap the screen while. Tap the screen before you leave. Tap the screen before you leave. Show me some respect. Here's, I have no issue with Virgo people. I mean, listen to me. The Queen is a Virgo, alright? And the truth is, I've been involved with so much Virgo people, man. Know, Mom is a Virgo. Good gosh, look at that. I have no issue with Virgo. I don't know why. I don't know.
You're drawn to Virgo.
Why Virgos are drawn to me? Why is it me drawn to Virgos?
No.
Why is me drawn? I don't know. Listen, for a fire element, I don't know why I'm drawn to water, the sign of the water, although the wife element is earth. But listen. And oh yes, Shalice is Virgo too.
Wonderful words and positive energy.
It's always an honor. It's always an honor, baby girl. I mean, I'll show up just for you. I'll show up just for the Queen. If I make a difference in one person's life, that seed that has been planted into the core of your soul, that being your mind, that will activate and influence positively your mind, your emotion, and so forth, allow you to execute or carry out the willpower of you being a better person. Listen, I have fulfilled my purpose in you. What's that by here? What is it? It sounds like.
Sounds like you love Virgo woman.
I don't know, person when I say me have mommy issues because mommy is Virgo, I don't know. I look for mommy in all these Virgo women, I don't know. Here's you send me for a look upon that in terms of from a cosmic standpoint, why I'm drawn to Virgos. It's bigger than me. It has something to do with you. It's universal. What you say, love?
You tell the man about cosmic.
Huh?
You tell the truth.
Because it's all universal. Here's is a church rebel. He is one of those who are seeking. So you know he's in the church, but him up on the fence. Yeah, him up on the fence. Him up on the borderline. You know. If his was a churchy man, he would never stick around for something this thought-provoking and insightful. I'm out once and once. Until next time you hear the sound of my voice, until you see my image once again. Sexology Friday it will be. That is come to think of it, I'm supposed to be a part of a presentation tomorrow, you know. But it's not going to be TikTok, it's going to be Sabrina's talk.
Facebook.
It's Facebook?
It's on CMR as well.
Respect yourself.
We'll be on CMR, we'll be on Facebook, I think. But I'll send if you want to be a part of that presentation. That's going to be looking on, what is that again? The unspoken vow.
Cayman CMR.
CMR short for Cayman Mall Road, people.
Respect yourself. A long life journey.
Next time I put my business out of road, I have nothing to hide. I'm gonna tell you earlier. I keep it real. I got nothing to hide. You see, when you have self-respect, it comes back down to self-assurance. All linked back to self-esteem. You don't have nothing to hide.
Respect yourself.
And people who lack self-respect tend to hide behind the truth. I don't have nothing to hide.
Respect you.
I'm out. That is it.
Oh yeah. Freshness of the
Oh, stop putting your business around. You're good after to them when you develop self-respect. You have a notion of self-respect. But listen now, I'm not sure when the next workshop is going to be. But if there's a demand for this workshop on identifying your true worth, self-respect, knowing yourself, yeah, let me know. We'll do a workshop for y'all.
Oh yeah.
Listen to me. I'm going to pull the faders down and allow Shalice to just give her testimony because she's one of the persons who I've done some sessions with, and she can attest to how she was when she started and where she's at now. Let them know your level of self-respect now, Shalice, as to how it was then. I'll allow you to just make a comment, leave a comment, make them know what the sessions with me did for you. Alright? Once again from the TOP, Andrew B. So it can be one-on-one sessions, it can be workshops, alright?
Respect yourself. A long life journey.
There you go, there you have it. Shalice making known the sessions done with me. It changed her life and her mindset and how she sees things now. She have a total different perspective of life. She's now living life based on a purpose. I will still not fulfill the session there, but yeah, we do that for a workshop.
Respect yourself.
Sir, the love philosopher is off the block. The love jock is off the block.
5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.